Okay, well, I think it is going to be my turn to try out my hand at FIFA 20 Ultimate Team Starter Squads. Now, I'm going into this relatively blind. Futbin just uploaded their website. Futbin, as I've said a million times over for you guys, is my go-to website. They're amazing people in general, and I think it's the best website out there for not just squad building, but for trading and for all of that stuff. So they finally have their database updated and ready to go with all the gold players from FIFA 20 Ultimate Team. So I want to go through and check out some starter style squads, starter style leagues, that we can all go through and build for our poor man road to glory. So rich man road to glory, all of that stuff is going to be a different time. I mean, we all know I'm going to go for the Zidans and whatnot, but the 2-hour-a-day road to glory, we really got to start thinking about where and how I'm going to put together a team that, first of all, is competitive enough, even just in squad battles, to start getting me my coins, and then competitive enough in division rivals to start getting me my points needed to get into the first weekend league. So I know a lot of content creators out there are basically going the route of the main, I wouldn't say meta, but the main leagues. And I genuinely think, like, let's get a feel for the new setup here. So, oh, you know what? Let's do this first. Before I start piecing together the squads, let's have a little gander at the overall FIFA 20 database, and then we'll start building from there, okay? So let me just minimize down all golds. There we go. I really do think the best part of most of these players are still going to be relatively expensive. So of course, like, not, oh good lord, not the Jordan Ayus and the Craig Dawsons and whatnot. Those guys are still going to be affordable. But the ones that you're genuinely going to want to use and put together for a starter squad are still going to be relatively expensive in the grand scheme of things for a poor man starter squad, right? So players like, for example, Mbabu, can you sort by pace as well? Like lowest and highest in terms of pace too? While doing lowest and highest, or no? Okay, so pace is always going to be a FIFA gamer's go-to stat at the start of the year, right? So throwing someone like Patrick Van Aanholt into your starter squad, yes, he might not be much more than 2,000, 3,000, or 4,000 coins, but is that going to be your go-to player for the start of the year, right at the beginning? You're going to spend 2,000 or 3,000 coins on a left back? No. So to me, I think I want to start looking at different players in those regards. Even Callum Wilson, Ederson, that's hilarious. Arthur Masuaku, Gabriel Jesus, all these guys are going to be really, really expensive. We're looking for the lower end one. So like an Angelino, Angelina Jolie, if you will, Michail Antonio. I think these are guys that aren't necessarily the starters for me within FIFA. I think these are like week 1 or week 2 teams. So if you look at the Angelino, I actually think this is a pretty decent player. 85 pace and then 72 defending, 78 physical. Especially with, we don't know if chem styles are going to be exactly the same this year or not. But in games wise, very, very usable for the beginning. I just think because he's in the Premier League, it's going to be a little bit more than I'm ready to spend. I've seen a lot of people saying, hey dude, well then, you know what looks really, really good? The Bundesliga. Yeah, the Bundesliga looks amazing if you're willing to spend a big amount of money on a quote-unquote starter team. So don't get me wrong, Mbabu, players like Mbabu, they all look fantastic, but he's not going to be starter worthy in my opinion, at least. You guys maybe can disagree, and maybe you guys like looking at squad builders that have these types of players in them. I don't really count this as a starter player, specifically because they're in a main league. I think if you can find yourself a player like this right here, but if they're in the Liga NOS or different leagues altogether, then we're talking. And that's what I'm excited about doing and discovering today, because like I said, I'm very blind to all of this myself. So let's start dabbling into the off leagues, okay? So let's go see, for example, within the Czech League. Do we have any golds in there? We do. So, for example, a starting point for the Czech League, what type of player would be an interesting one that we could build a starter team around. You've got a right mid, Lucas Masso Pust. That's how you say his name. 3-star, 4-star, okay stats. Nothing overly impressive or god tier, for sure, but still decent. So I don't know if I would necessarily go into the Czech League specifically. Let's see here. The CSL would be lovely to get into, but I think the CSL is going to be very, even though it's not a main league, I do think the CSL is going to be a lot of people's go-to also, right? You've got, oh, I don't even know how to say that name, but a decent pacey striker, 4-star, 3-star. Texera is going to be, you know, a few thousand coins. Well, you know what? I could be proven wrong. Maybe the CSL would be the perfect balance of what to go with, right? You got El Shaarawy in there. You've got Ezekiel Lavezzi. You've got Eder. Again, Eder is going to look like a proper card. So the CSL could be a go-to. What do you guys think? CSL up top and maybe like a Liga NOS defensive setup, potentially? Potentially. Like, that's a really, really good base card. 4-star, 4-star. Whoa, I forgot Arnautovic is in the league. Arnautovic might be a bit expensive. Yo, Arnautovic, because he's not crazy high-paced, and because he's obviously not in the Premier League anymore, could be fantastic to pick up. 4-star, 4-star, 6'4". The poor man's Zlatan Ibrahimovic, really. Yeah. The CSL could be the one, dudes. Really, really, really great card. Now, again, are people going to be pissed off with me saying, oh, yeah, that's really a starter player? But realistically, in the CSL, not crazy pace, what would you expect a card like this to be? 1,000? 1,500 for your striker position? That's not bad. At least to me, well, at least to me, that's not bad. I don't know. Maybe you guys disagree. Is there, like, are we looking at anything else in here that could be ahead? Bakambu looks amazing. 3-star, 4-star, though. I almost think because there's so many attackers in the CSL that it could make it a very good one to go with because you have a lot of options where not one specific player is going to be crazy expensive. Look at that. Zahavi's 4-star, 4-star, great player. Could probably slot him in at cam if you really wanted to. Talisca is going to be expensive, so someone like Talisca will probably have to ignore because he's for sure going to be part of the meta, right? You're looking at a Talisca. He's got maybe not the I was going to say like a poor man's Hullet, right? In that, for me, Ruud Hullet, in that left DM attacking role. Yes, he does have 57 defending, but I think you could still play him there because of the 4-star, 4-star, and the fact he's left-footed, and the fact that he's big and tall. There's a lot of golds there, dude. So for me, the CSL absolutely is a good starting spot. I mean, my God, you got Marek Hamšík in there eventually, which you could work into a team, and you know he's not going to be expensive for very long. Paulinho is going to be a really... You know what? Wow. Moussa Dembele. You got Hulk again. Maybe not the crazy amount. You've got Carrasco still there. El Shaarawy still there. Okay, so mark it in your brains at least for now, dudes. I firmly believe that the CSL will be a good starting starter squad league. Maybe you'll have to move away from the Carrascos or even the Arnautovic to start with. But having said that, even Elkson, 4-star, 4-star is a non-rare. Like that right there is a proper starter player. 4-star, 4-star, 5'11", so not too short either. Still has 75 finishing. If the chem styles are still effective in some way, shape, or form, you'll be able to adjust him how you want him, whether you put a sniper on him. He's got great acceleration too. So for a striker, I would actually say the sprint speed, well, unless you're running in on net, but the acceleration to like beat a defender with your 4-star skills and get away, this guy could be what was my go-to non-rare starter player last year for the Road to Glory, for the first owner Road to Glory? I used him for like 3 weeks. Sergio Leon, right? This is my poor man Road to Glory FIFA 19 Sergio Leon right there. He looks fantastic. The Eredivisie is always going to be a good one. I think the Eredivisie could be a bit expensive though, no matter what. But Daniel Malen, this guy's doing well for the like IRL Dutch national team. You got Quincy Promes, who I think no matter what, though, is going to be expensive to start off for a starter. I feel like I always need to put a disclaimer in there, but for a starter squad, I think purely because of the 5-star skills and his rating, and he's just like outright going to be a good card, right? I think this guy's going to be fantastic. Yeah, you've got David Neres, 5-star, 3-star, but still 5-star, still going to be usable. You got Karsdorp in there. He's still going to be usable with the 85 pace. So Karsdorp went back to Eredivisie from Roma, huh? Interesting. That's what I'm talking about for a starter wingback. If this guy was in the Prem, he'd be 4 times the price, right? He'd be in maybe Mbabu because of his pace is a little bit better, but this guy for sure is going to be a starter wingback. Right or wrong, dudes? Oh, yeah, I forgot. Denzel Dumfries, who I gotta say, every time I watch him actually play for the Netherlands, he's so poor. I thought this guy was gonna have a lot of promise if we were talking like, you know, IRL growth and potential, but he's been so bad every time I watch him play. The Eredivisie, I would say, obviously you're gonna have to stay away from Quincy Promes. He's just gonna be a guy that you're... last year, a lot of people are saying, dude, last year Quincy Promes was like 30, 40K. So I don't think this year Quincy Promes is going to be 30, 40K, but he will be. He won't be a starter squad player. Will Malen is the question, though. 65 positioning, 78 finishing. It's just all pace, a little bit of dribbling. 4-star, 3-star as well. Meh. Wouldn't be someone I'd be necessarily interested in using. But you got Hapez there. He'll be nice and... Well, will he be nice and cheap? I don't know. He'll fill the pace void that undoubtedly people will have. I don't know if he'll actually be that effective as a player, though. What are we saying, dudes? Eredivisie alongside the CSL as definitely a usable league? I would say so. Okay, moving along. What everybody's been screaming about, though, Liga NOS is definitely one of the ones you guys wanted me to have a look at. I actually think Liga NOS could be a bit expensive to start. Again, a week 1 or week 2 Poor Man Road to Glory team built with Liga NOS players, I think is good. But like a day 1, day 2, day 3 starter squad, I cannot see myself using Liga NOS players. I just think they're going to be too good. Too sought after. Not just because of the pace, but just overall, right? You got the Grimaldos, the Telezes, who are just going to be too expensive to buy. The Rafinhas, though, I just think it's going to be... There is a lot of options, though, I will say. Pizzi looks decent. Look at that. Bruno Fernandes still there. I think, man, with how many... It's just the demo, but with how hard it is to manually defend the wings, with how manually defensively oriented FIFA 20 is, which I love, and I think a lot of the community is going to suck at, just like me, and a lot of the community, ergo, will complain, saying FIFA 20 gameplay sucks because it's trash and people are going to concede too many goals and lose and whatever, because we're all so groomed to just let the AI do everything defensively. So having said that, because it's very manual, I do think you're going to need a proper high-paced wingbacks. Going to be very important, man. Playing down the wings is so OP again this year. Okay, bro, so for me, I don't know if I would use Liga NOS as a pure starter squad. I think I'm leaning towards CSL. I really do. I also have on my Discord a section. We're doing a FIFA 20 giveaway exclusive to my Discord. I will put the Discord link in all further YouTube videos as well. It's an extension of the community. There's amazing stuff there. We've got an exclusive trading section for only my subscribers, so they only have access to that for trading tips and secrets and all of that good stuff. And we're getting some proper big dog traders in there giving advice, not just me and what I think, but proper traders of the world that have proven and earned millions. A lot of amazing stuff. And right now, until the launch of FIFA 20, we're doing a FIFA 20 giveaway within the Discord. So I'm going to go into the Discord after I've built my own starter squad, because I asked my viewers, mainly Twitch and YouTube subs, really. I don't know where else my viewers would come from, but I asked all of you guys that are part of the Discord right now what your starting squads are going to be. So at the end of all of this video, or whatever you want to call it, we're going to have a look at your guys's, the Nick 2018 community squads. So I'm going to leave Liga NOS there. I know I'm going to see a lot of your guys' starter teams be around the Liga NOS. Let's have a look at the Argentinian league real quick, because I thought this would be a good cheapo team. League to go with. Carlos Tevez is still playing, right? Or did he retire? It's not bad. It really isn't bad, even when you look at like Palacios or whatever. decent starter midfielder. 4-star, 4-star as well. High work rates. That's a good starter player, right? If we're talking a poor man road to glory on a new account where you don't have infinite welcome backpacks, which I am not going to have, I am starting the hardest series I've ever started for the poor man road to glory, okay? Not only am I limiting myself to 2 hours a day on console on the poor man road to glory, which means I can't infinitely grind and have everything I want, bronze packs, etc. But also, we're loading onto an account which is an old school PlayStation Pack Gods account, which has no history of Ultimate Team really over the last 4 years or so. So I will be getting no welcome backpacks as far as I know. So it's gonna be bare bones. And this is why I'm trying to be so specific with like what I consider a starter squad for the poor man road to glory, right? I think a lot of you guys could dabble in the main leagues for your starter team because a lot of you guys are going to be getting welcome backpacks. You're going to be getting a weekly pre-order. Like if you bought the best version of FIFA or whatever, you're going to get that weekly 2 packs. I'm not getting that. I have the base FIFA on my poor man account. So I am getting no benefits. Yeah, the absolute average Joe, common man road to glory, if you will. So looking at the Argentinian league, I'm thinking there's a lot of decent ratings in there. Salvio looks great. Salvio was in Liga NOS last year, wasn't he? That's a pretty sweet card. You know he's going to be worth next to nothing. 4-star, 4-star, high medium work rates as well. You got a decent little wow. Yeah. As long as you can work on defensive stats, that's a decent left back, which you know is going to be good for a starter team. Still has good 70 standing and sliding tackle and interceptions. His heading and his defensive awareness, aka marking, aren't great, but good stamina, good jumping. Decent. Okay, so what did we say? CSL, and what was the other league that I was semi-interested in? Liga NOS, but I think it might... Wait, was CSL... Was it CSL and Eredivisie that I was looking at? Hello, where's the Pro League? How have I not... I wanted to look at the Pro League, but I don't see it. Isn't it Pro League? Belgium Pro... Oh, there it is. Belgium Pro League. Okay. Yeah, I thought the Pro League could be a good starting point, too. So let's have a look. Got a lot of pacey players, so... For the wings, we got some pace here in the wings. That's not a bad right back. Joachim? No, Joachim? Decent. Not great interceptions, though. But decent. Usable for the first week, I'd say. Yeah, defensively, the Pro League is looking good. Center backs, you got some good ones there. You got a good right back. Is there a usable left back that I'm not seeing right now? You've got Rika. Pace isn't there, but could be used. Where's Vincent Kompany and Nasri and stuff are going to be down the pages, right? In terms of usability or sorry, pace. Here we go. 50 pace for Vincent Kompany. He's 83 rated. I don't think Vincent Kompany is going to be too expensive. Can you believe that Vincent Kompany, poor guy too, I feel bad. He has a testimonial, I think it's today actually, and he's injured for his own testimonial. How tough is that? Okay. So now I'm thinking CSL and Pro League are definitely for the poor man road to glory 2 starter sets. And the last one I want to look at is the Super League, because I always thought the Super League could be a good one. Just depends on ratings and price. Visca got deservedly up to an 84 rating. That's cool to see. You got Mariano, who's usable at right back and has a non-rare. Yeah, the Turkish League looks all right, you know. Turkish League might even look better. Bundesliga is amazing. I agree. Bundesliga might be the league I aim for on the poor man road to glory. You want to know? Here's a little tidbit for you before we get into the squad building here, because I think that's what we're going to do. You want to know my favorite player so far this year? My Twitch chat knows this already. My favorite player based off of using him so far and based off of pure stats, the poor man's Patrick Vieira. Right here. Hopefully he pops up on first click. This guy is going to be most likely my go-to DM all year on the poor man account, okay? He's 6'2". He's got medium attacking, high defensive work rate. He's 4-star, 4-star. And then yet he also has these starting defensive stats. 85 standing tackle, 80 interceptions, 81 heading accuracy, 82 stamina, 82 strength. Then he's got the dribbling stats, you know, agility and balance isn't great, but he's going to be our DM, so that's fine. 92 composure. He is incredible. So far, out of the cool cards, if you will, that are out there, Axel Witsel is going to be that guy for me, for sure. The question is just how long is it going to take me? How many weeks or months is it going to take me on the 2-hour-a-day Poor Man Road to Glory to build up to a player like this, right? I can't imagine I'm going to be able to do it in a week. I think this guy's going to be 100K to start. And I know you might look at his card stats and think, dude, 100K? Look at his stats. I think he's going to, honestly. The 4-star, 4-star, medium-high work rates, and physicality of him, I'm trying to think of a better DM than Axel Witsel this year. In terms of all of his stats. Physical, weak foot, skills, work rates. You'd want to say Fabinho, but I think he looks better than Fabinho. Personally. So, having said that, let's move over to the squad building section, which, you know what? It took me a while to find first time because I'm a moron. Builder, there we go. So let's get right into the squad building. In terms of starter teams, I think the CSL is going to be the place to go, and I really hope I'm not going to contradict myself. Oh wait, sorry, Arnautovic. There we go. I really can't see, because he's in the CSL and doesn't have all the pace in the world. Would you guys say this is a fair card for a starter team on the Poor Man account, like 1 or 2K? I can't see this guy being more than 2K, and I think for a starter team, this is going to be fair. The question is how do I link him up, and what do I link him up with? What do we link him up with? I think a Carrasco, I honestly even think an El Shaarawy is going to be a bit expensive. I really do. I think to start, he's going to be more than what I'd be ready to spend. Same thing with Bakambu, because of the pace and the overall shooting. So I was thinking we go, and Elkson would be a good two-man setup. Maybe we go with we switch in-game to a 4-1-2-1-2 with Elkson and Arnautovic. I think that's decent. In fact, we could probably start with a 4-1-2-1-2, you know. Right? I freaking love Futbin so much. What a great website. Right? Dude, so to all of you guys saying Texera, I think he'll be another expensive one. I really do. And let me show you why again, right? The pace, the dribbling, and he's 4-star, 4-star. I think Texera, I know I've got Arnautovic in the team, but I just think that pace and the dribbling and the skills are going to make him more expensive. If not, replacing Texera with the doing this, I think would be perfectly fine. Like doing Arnautovic and Texera as a starter team, I think would be fine. But for now, I'm going to just assume that Texera is going to be, how do I get him out of here? There we go. Think he's going to be a little bit more than just a day one player. He'll be 2K max like last year. Okay, well again, we got to remember it's a day one squad, right? So, I mean, Arnautovic being 2K, Texera being 2K. Here's the question. Within the first Poor Man Road to Glory episode, the first 2-hour episode, Epi 1, 2 hours, will we have this team done? Probably not, right? If we include Texera, that's what I'm thinking. Anyways, bear with me. I know you guys might disagree with how I'm putting things together, but that's kind of what the thought process is rolling for me right now. Now, in terms of a cam, I would love to get an Oscar or a Hamsik, but I think those guys, again, I don't know. I don't know that an Oscar or a Hamsik is going to be too crazy, too expensive. Yeah, Zahavi's got 73 passing though. Yeah, Zahavi could be all right. Where are the weak foot and skills for Zahavi? Does it show? Am I blind? High, low. I don't know if because I know some other places put it. We can just do this. It's fine. 4-star, 4-star. 81 vision. No, you know what? Yeah. 78 short passing. Yeah, he'll be fine at cam, actually. He'll absolutely be fine at cam. Perfect. Good call, dudes. Okay. So that is definitely the trio that I'd like to go with. I think the one issue, though, is how I link this up. Now, I know Matt HD, a bunch of people got a lot of hate for building starter squads for YouTube that didn't have full chemistry. I have long given up worrying about getting full chemistry. If you've got players on 7 or better chem, and you have the right players in the right positions and teams in terms of like a good box-to-box mid, to me it doesn't matter having them on 10 chem or not. I'd rather have a proper good CDM and a really, really fitting box-to-box mid, both on 8 chem, than having a good box-to-box mid but a bad CDM in the team just to make the box-to-box mid from 8 chem to 10 chem. Does that make sense? That's the thought process that I'm thinking about. So same thing. I'd rather have a fantastic center back and a fantastic right back, both on 8 chem, than a really good center back and a terrible right back because I want to get the center back on 10 chem. That's kind of the thinking that I've had, at least on a lot of my road to glories throughout the years. So hopefully that makes sense, but that's kind of how I'm going. Now, in terms of DMs, do we have an option in the CSL as an outright DM? Dembele, I was thinking, so we could go with Mascherano. There's no way Mascherano's more than 1,000 coins. Low high work rates is fantastic as well. If I go Dembele again, how am I working out? So Dembele gets a nice strong link. Left center mid. Dembele still has the right stats, right? 4-star skills, 2-star weak foot, but decent stats all around. High work rate still, or what are his work rates nowadays? Medium. Still, though, as a box-to-box midfielder, that's not bad. What's his stamina? Where's his stamina? Ooh. Yeah, I think the only issue there, guys, for those of you that think the stamina is terrible, I can't be really picky, though. Can I? I can't be that picky. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to deal with certain stats on these starter players not being great. Now, would Renato Augusto be another decent player this year? He doesn't have the pace for a wide midfielder, though. I'm not too excited about his lack of pace. Oh, Fernandez. This Fernandez? Well, I mean, that would give us one strong link. Let's look at his stats real quick. See whether or not we're down. 4-star, 3-star. Medium work rates. It's okay, right? It's all right. I'm not overly inspired I'm not really overly inspired by any center mid in the rest of the league outside of, where is he? Paulinho and Talisca. But the nice thing is too, is if we do go, well, what about Renato Augusto? Dude, his pace alone will mean not many people will want him, which means he'll be cheap. But outside of his poor pace, he is legit. Is he not? 4-star, 4-star. Terrible pace, but that's fine. Everything else, and well, terrible pace and terrible agility, if I'm being honest. Everything else is usable though, right? And again, this is a starter squad. We have this set up on, let's hope, episode 1 of the 2-hour-a-day Poor Man Road to Glory. Grinding, squad battles games, bronze packs, hopefully making money off of bronze packs, bit of trading, buying and selling, whatever we're doing. By the end of it, I think this could be a realistic squad to try and get. And outside of Mascherano, everybody's on chem. So we can either go with that Argentinian backline that we talked about from the Argentinian league, or we could still work in a Turkish league backline or a Liga NOS backline. With this as the base core for the team, this team has a lot of CSL improvements, right? You can get a Marek Hamšík, you can get a Tagliafico, not a Tagliafico, a Talisca. You can get a lot of improvements within the setup, right? You can get the Brazilian strikers, Bakambu, lots of improvements here. With the team that I had, there wasn't much improvements other than rebuilding everything. So what I'm thinking could be another idea is actually go this route. And maybe this might be a little bit more expensive than normal though because of Brazil. But you could do just Brazil outright with everything else, right? So a Rafael, like how expensive truly, I know he's in Liga, but how expensive truly is a Rafael going to be? Probably not that much. Right? Wrong? I don't know. Hopefully, I'm correct in that thought process. Then moving on to, please let me select the center. I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna freak. What is happening? Let me be Brazil. Don't be stupid. There it is. Got it. Snuck it in there. So I think like Paulista gonna be a bit expensive. Naldo down to an 80. Sydney's an interesting one. He is in La Liga, but that is interesting. Diego Carlos probably gonna be the 1 or 2K price player, but medium high work rates, that's not bad. Maicon, Bruno Viana, decent. Look at Eder Militao. That could be, see, but this is what I'm talking about. Let's just out of pure theory, let me just throw in Bruno Viana in there, right? Eventually, once I have some coins and once I see where Eder Militao is settling, the poor man account could replace this spot with a Militao, right? And even please let me, I'm gonna freak out, bro. Why doesn't it let me select it? Dude, what? Okay, what's happening here, guys? What is causing this? All of a sudden, I can't select nations. Is this a troll? Okay, got it. Got it. Let me go with this. Because I don't know what this guy's actual weak foot skills are. He's 6'1", 4-star weak foot, medium high work rates. Okay, I'm gonna go against my judgment here, but I do think this guy will probably not be like a 800, 900 coin card. I think he's gonna be a couple thousand to start. Nevertheless, though, I think this is still fair enough. And rounding it off with... Dude, I'm clicking it, man. Oh! My brain! See, Renan Lodi, I think that was the one that Matt used in his squad builder. I do think he's going to be a little bit more expensive. In fact, I do think that center back that I picked even is going to be a few thousand. I don't think Marcal's going to be that expensive. So I think that, yeah, I think this guy is going to be, I think he might be 3,000-4,000 coins. So for the purity of this squad builder and me smashing my keyboard into smithereens, I'm gonna go with someone else. I'll go with the Sydney. I think that'll be a little bit more affordable. Then you can improve to an Eder Militao, etc., etc. I'm wondering, real quick again, God, me building squads, how am I going to do the 2-hour-a-day poor man road to glory, dudes? When I can sit here and faff about for genuinely hours until I decide what I want in the team. I can take days. Days and days and days and days. Where's a league? I don't think Naldo's going to be expensive. Let's just go Naldo for the sake of it. I don't think Naldo will be expensive. That pace is hilarious. Now, in goal, goalkeeper, Brazil. Here we go. What do we got? So Neto, going to be too much. Not a lot of Brazilian keepers. Is there anyone from La Liga? I mean, out of all the low-end keepers, I would say Douglas is probably the most well-balanced. Unfortunately, so Sydney and Mascherano are going to be off of Chem, which isn't terrible. I think that's decent for sure. Now, real quick though, what's Douglas's height? 6'2". That's okay. I honestly think, dare I say, that this is right here as good as it's going to get for a day one poor man road to glory starter squad. That's sick. This is going to be the longest video ever. I feel bad for Armalika in Swedish, but yeah, that's my day one right there. Arnautovic, Elkson at striker, Zahavi, central cam, Dembele, Renato Augusto, wide mids, Mascherano as our holding DM, Naldo and Sydney to start as my center backs, Rafael and Marcal as my wing backs, and then Douglas in goal. And what I love about this specific squad builder is that every part of this squad can get better and could almost be a team that you start challenging in division rivals online. and maybe even a first weekend league, right? Like if I get myself the Marek Hamšík, the Talisca, you know, the decently high rated CSL players, and then get myself a Militao, you know, that other center back, a Neto in goal. That's a realistically upgrade. I might even actually aim for this on the Poor Man Road to Glory. Before I forget, let's check out the Discord community, the Nick 2018 Discord community's starter squad. So first of all, someone losing their damn mind, and this is apparently a day one squad with 100,000 priced Axel Witsel and probably a 30 or 40,000 priced Perisic. Absolutely not a day one squad, but still a cool team. This is a decent day one squad from AC. See, I like that. Now, I'm sorry that you guys, it might not be perfectly, you might have to like squint to look at some of the teams because depending on how people take pictures, these might not work out too well. But anyways, moving on. Roussillon, like most of these teams, I think my viewers will all agree that these aren't really day one starter squads. These are like week one, week two starter squads. I think that's fair to say, but that's a nice little team. Nice, Nathan. Oh, okay, I need binoculars to see that squad, so I can't really look at that one. Fujani, that's still horrendous quality. Did you guys know you can screen cap on your PCs, right? You know you can do that and then load the picture into our Discord. Okay, cool. Diamond in game. So this is not bad. 41212 diamond in game. Again, definitely not a day one starter squad, but for sure I would say a fair starter squad. Like João Felix, and after you grind the game for a couple of days, especially if you're not limited to 2 hours a day like maybe a lot of us are, if you're able to put a bit of sweat equity into your road to glories, not necessarily FIFA points, this is a fair week one squad. I like it. I think Akanji, Berkey, Mbabu, even Renan, João Felix, Bruno Fernandes, I think these guys are going to be relatively expensive though. Okay, we need binoculars for that one. That's not a day one squad though. Yeah, absolutely not a day one squad either, but definitely a decent little setup. Dembele, 5-star again this year is very, very interesting. 41212 narrow in game. Ben Yedder would be someone I'm going to work towards on the road to glory, I think. Eventually, like to build a different squad out. Not bad. I think you guys are all going to start noticing a very common theme in people's squads, as you can see. I would say my starter squad is very original compared to pretty much everybody else's. Whereas I feel like at least within the Nick 2018 Discord, it seems like most people are going for the same type of overpowered players. Right? It's literally the same 50 or 60 players in everybody's starter team. This isn't bad, Quinton. I like this one. Malin, Berwin. I mean, Ziyech is going to take you a bit of time. I think Upamecano, even, and Konate going to take you a bit of time. I think Tagliafico, because he's an Argentinian in the Eredivisie and usable, that's like a double whammy in terms of people buying him to use and buying him for SBCs. Might be a bit expensive. Nipples as well, right? In goal, Areola, he might not be the cheapest, but actually not bad. Hopefully have this one for the first weekend league. See, this is a decent goal. I would say you're gonna have to spend outrageous money for Witsel, or sorry, time or money to get yourself Havertz, Witsel, Sanchez, Rashford, Hernandez. These guys are gonna be nutty money. This isn't a couple hours a day road to glory. Not to say that you can't do this for the first weekend league, but it'll be expensive. Kappa. Dan being funny. Okay, so this is more like it. This is what I'm talking about for a starter team. Talisca maybe be tough day one. Bakambu and Texera I think are going to be tough. A lot of my viewers saying Texera won't be more than 1,000 coins start, which would be happy news for me, of course. Paulista and Carlos I think will be relatively expensive. Asenio though, that's not a bad goalkeeper for 82. An 82 rating, so that's interesting. Again, I kind of need binoculars to see that, so I'm going to leave that one. Same thing here. Can't really see it. This is a little bit better, though. So Mr. Dino. Yeah, I like that. See, that to me is a little bit more balanced of a day one squad. I don't see much there that isn't very good, dudes. I think that's fair. I really, really, really do think that's fair. I like it. I like it. binocular squad, but that's a Serie A team, which I think is balanced. Not going to be overly expensive. Maybe like Bonaventura will be a little bit much. I think the Prem, you're going to be overpaying like crazy. So this is a starter Liverpool team, but I still think you're going to be paying a lot. Kappa! Resident Sleepers. Okay, so Prem squad. I have a rude awakening for you guys building what you think is a low-rated but OP squad. This team will take you a good amount of time to get, okay? I don't care that, you know, Angelino, Eric Bailly, Gomez, and Wan-Bissaka are low overall rated. If you look at these cards, these guys are not going to be something that you'll be able to put together right away if you have the type of time that myself and most dads and people out there have to spend on the game. However, you're running a Poor Man Road to Glory classic style where you can just put infinite time into it, not FIFA points. Yeah, you can get this team relatively quick, but it's not going to be cheap. Put it that way. Really nice team. Great players everywhere, but that's not going to be cheap. The midfield might be relatively cheap. Origi might not be that expensive. Eric Bailly, Pope, and even Angelino might not be expensive, but dude, Gomez, Bissaka, Saint Maxim, Frazier, I think those guys are going to be pretty steeply priced. Oh, I kind of like that team. That's a week 1 squad. It ain't day 1, but it is week 1. I hope Jimenez is a sweep. Like they code him properly into the game. That'd be a cool card to use early for sure. 4-1-2-1-2. Again, maybe a week 1 or 2 squad after some time spent in the game. I like it. Ben Yedder still looks usable, which is lovely. Wan-Bissaka is going to be in a lot of people's teams for sure. Look at how busy this Discord is. How many members are we up to? Is my face blocking it? We're up to 1,447 members, dude. I think now that YouTube knows where this Discord is, it's going to get a little bit crazier, bros. We've got lots of mods, lots of Discord Nitro supporters. This is the place to be for extended interaction within my community. Yes, my Twitch chat is where I interact with people a lot. Yes, my Twitter and even my Instagram is where I interact with people. YouTube comments a little bit. But the Discord is definitely like the Nick20T forums, if you will. And I'm really, really excited with like live chats and stuff too that we're going to be doing as time goes on. Could be a good starter squad. Pepe and Martial are going to... Wait, isn't Martial 85 rated? Or was that a hoax? Yo, was the 85 Martial an elaborate troll? Unbelievably undeserved. Either way, was that just a straight up troll? Did we get debated? Okay. Good. Good. Much more reasonable. Much more reasonable. So I'll probably leave it at that, dudes. I think that's a good way to look at your guys' teams. And if you guys want me to incorporate more of you guys in videos and stuff going forward, or even on stream going forward, let me know. I think that's the plan going forward. But if you do find this boring where I include Discord, squad builders, and all of that stuff, I guess my apologies. But end of the day, thank you so much for watching. I think is going to be what ends up being a starter squad, a Poor Man Road to Glory starter squad video for FIFA 20 Ultimate Team. I hope that I helped you discover some cheap beasts, if you will. And obviously, hopefully you guys also had fun looking at the rest of the community's starter squads with like the usual suspects, right? The cheap, quote unquote, awesome players in all the major leagues. God bless. And as always, we'll catch you beauties on the flip side. Peace.